Okay, this morning I'm using an Insta360 Nano. Wait a minute now. I gotta remember that this season 360 degrees, so we're at the Fairview Lawn Cemetery here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. For all those folks that are watching from the furthest reaches of our planet. And the reason why I'm here, I gotta watch out because it's the Fairview Lawn Cemetery, as I had said. There are victims of the Titanic disaster interred here. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been looking for like a 360 camera just to come in and do a quick or a short little video of the area. And this one showed up in a buy and sell there the other day for like $50, and I decided I'm gonna give it a go. I did buy one earlier. What the heck was it? Anyway, bought one a couple months ago. It didn't work out because the application software for it was no longer supported. What was it? It was like a, can't think of what it was, but anyway. So it is currently October the 7th. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I'm getting ready to start my day. There are a couple cemeteries here in Halifax that have victims interred, or their remains, or there's this one. There's the Catholic cemetery a couple clicks away, and there's a Jewish cemetery in the corner of this one that's got a number of victims buried. The pandemic has basically slowed down. I parked in a tour bus area back there. There hasn't been a tour bus in Halifax in about 2 years, so I'm not worried about getting a ticket. And if they give me a ticket, I'll be like, that's just asinine. But anyway, so here we go. Oh wait. So here in Halifax lie the remains of 150 victims of one of history's most tragic maritime disasters. Just before midnight on April 14th, 1912, the White Star liner RMS Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. 1,500 people, 328 recovered. Many were buried at sea. The remaining bodies were returned to Halifax, where some were claimed by their families, and the rest were interred at Fairview Lawn, Mount Olivet, and Baron de Hirsch cemeteries. Now, during normal operation in the summer, this place is, you know, it's a constant stream of tourists, of course, coming in to check the place out. And a couple years ago, they decided to put in this gravel path, which was brilliant because every year the grass would get wore out. I mean, you'd have so many people through the place that... So somebody finally went, oh, we're just going to give up on the grass and put in a walking path, which is a stroke of genius. And one thing, if you look around at the shape of this walking path, it's like the hull of a ship. We're in the hull area now, and that straight line up there would be the deck. Now this morning, like I said, I'm using a Nano, or Insta360 Nano camera. And I do have it mounted on an iPhone 6. I had a couple iPhone 6s kicking around the house that I use for spares. Hopefully this is pretty steady. I think it'd take a bit of practice to get used to shooting in 360. Now the reviews I read on this cam were not bad, they're pretty favorable. I know my arm is getting sore. I'm trying to hold it in one spot. There we go. Like I said, during the busy tourist season, summertime mostly, of course, you rarely find the place empty. Of course, you know, since I live here, I can come here at any time of any season, and my army of darkness. They're restless this morning. I usually feed crows when I see them. And there it is. There's the Fairview Lawn Cemetery. Now what I need to do is put this thing on a tripod and let it record for 4 or 5 minutes as I walk away and just leave it do that. This lens really distorts the way I look. Oh well. Now I did come in here yesterday briefly with my Olympus camera, and I took a couple stills. And I saw that there was actually 3 or 4 people in here at the time. Let me think now. One fellow was walking around with a gimbal. Asian fellow and his girlfriend. So he was shooting a little video himself. These gimbals are amazing. I mean, they really smooth out the jitters, they're gone. Wait, I can see my hand down here. This looks so weird. Anyhow, hopefully when this video stitches together, it won't look too terrible. And hopefully the sound won't be too terrible. I gotta get my coffee into me. I'm just exhausted this morning for some reason. Anyhow, hopefully you enjoyed that, I guess.